Hey, what's going on everyone? I'm the OPJellicent and we're back here on Pokemon Showdown. Gonna be laddering up with this team I put together around a Mega Blastoise. I love this thing's breaking potential due to our really great defensive stats right here. At base 120 defense, base 115 speed F, and base 79 HP. We can really sponge any one attack and then we can go ahead and outpace Pokemon like Timid Nature due to our speed tier right here with 252 and really just pressure other offensive teams really nicely. We have Hydro Pump as our water stab and then these two attacks are boosted by our Mega Launchers, so very strong Pokemon. We have Rapid Spin for hazard control, and yeah, it should be a very fun Pokemon to try out. I actually have two forms of hazard control in this team. We have Defog Torn as well, mainly because we have Kyurem-Black as our breaker right here, so Torn can go ahead and help out with that as well. This also is able to go ahead and pressure Kartana and Tapu Bulu, two Pokemon that do give Mega Blastoise a lot of trouble. The Kyurem-Black is Icium Z in 4 attacks, really great physical breaker alongside Mega Blastoise right here. Short Scarf Tapu Lele is our late game cleaner with 4 attacks, and then finally the defensive pivots of Heatran and Tapu Bulu right here. This is mainly here for water, just like Keldeo and Ash Greninja, and this is here for fairies and psychics like Tapu Lele. And yeah, that's going to be the team. It can be found down below in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. Let's get right into the games. Alright, I have a game right here, and we found some webs HO. One thing that I do notice is, if I do miss my Hurricane against Medicham and they have webs up, I instantly lose the game, so ideally we can avoid that scenario. I'm really anticipating either Medicham, Kyurem, or Araquanid lead. I know that's half their team, but I honestly think Torn doesn't really do badly against any of them. But the problem is I need Torn for the Medi, right? So I'll actually go ahead and lead off here with my Blastoise. As they do lead off with the Kyurem-Black. I don't really know if I value weakening this thing in exchange for my Blastoise's health, but at the same time, I'm not going to be rapid spinning because of the Mimikyu anyway, so I'll just go right here for the Aura Sphere, as they may just go right for the Fusion Bolt, which would be totally fine with me. What I could try to do right here is pivot to Lele, but Lele actually looks really great late game, just spamming Moonblast through their entire team, so I would rather, have that as healthy as possible, despite the fact that obviously they can't click priority attacks against it. They have so much priority, by the way. Fake out on this, Shadow Sneak here, Sucker Punch here. That Tapu Lele is going to be very useful, but my opponent's trying to figure out whether or not they want to make the exact same maneuver. They do just go for the Fusion Bolt, and they crit it right away, so I don't get the Aura Sphere off, which really sucks. But on the bright side, I do get to bring out Tapu Lele now, and just click Moonblast, which will be helping me out here. But that really sucks. I think I might have done... Would that have killed it? I'm actually genuinely curious. Blastoise against Kyurem. Was that Life Orb, by the way? Actually, that was Life Orb, so maybe I didn't even live that. Let's see right here. Yeah, actually, Life Orb Teravolt actually just straight up knocks me out. Now, granted, it is a roll. I do have a bit of investment right here. I think I have like 24. But yeah, that nearly killed me anyway, so they're going to go ahead and bring in the Araquanid here. I'm going to get in Kyurem-Black before these webs go up, and I'll defog with my Torn later and try to go for an endgame with my Tapu Lele. I'll just go right here for the Fusion Bolt. It's really not that big of a risk. They could go hard Medicham. I would not agree with that, but I could definitely see that being a maneuver they want to make. One thing that I do have to be careful about is the Bisharp, because I obviously have to give it an attack boost if I want to defog. So if I do defog, I need to keep Tapu Lele for that, make sure I time the terrain correctly. They go ahead and just give me the Araquanid here, which is very ideal. I believe I should just click Fusion Bolt again. Nice, and I guess Medicham can come out now, for sure. I think I stay in against Medicham. Yeah, Medicham does come in. They can't allow me to defog, can they? Like, does Torn take an Ice Punch? That's the thing. If Torn takes an Ice Punch, it's my play, but I don't know, because if I don't get the defog off, I automatically lose, so I gotta figure this out. Tornadus. There's a chance I don't kill, meaning I just stay in here. Unless, is there a Pokemon that's less valuable than Kyurem? Because Kyurem actually doesn't look terrible. I guess Bulu doesn't look all that useful anymore. Yeah, I can sack off Bulu here. It doesn't really look like it'll be doing a ton. It's either that or Heatran. Heatran looks very just unnecessary too. Yeah, I'll give them Heatran here to get in Torn and Defog. I think that's what I have to do right here to try to have a chance. I'm going to keep my Bulu because it can maybe take on the Mimikyu. Mimikyu should not be able to OHKO me under any circumstances. And I can go ahead and wear that down with like Horn Leech, whereas with Heatran, I would have to connect Magma Storm to 1v1 the Mimikyu, and I really don't want to go for an endgame with that. One thing that could actually be very good for me is if they are actually Adamant Mimikyu, because it is a web squad, I can actually hit that with my Kyurem through Teravolt, and that's why I did keep the Z move right here. So let's see. I Jump Kick or Ice Punch? High Jump Kick, okay. This is perfectly fine with me. This is actually the scenario that I want. Because now I go Torn, they're probably just going to stay in here, but I want to get the defog off, even if it means Bisharp coming out. They don't even kill me, meaning I can actually just Hurricane here. It's really accurate due to their evasion drop, so I'll just go for that here. I don't think they would have Bullet Punch on a set with webs on it, so they do pivot to the Bisharp, which makes a lot of sense. I'm able to hit that for some nice damage, and I believe what I want to do right now is just U-turn out into... Not Lele, I need Lele. I feel like I just sack this off in all honesty and continue spamming Hurricane here. I really don't need this. I got a crit right there, which really sucks for them. They opt to go for the knockoff, and we double down. So that's okay. I think what I want to do now is go out into my Bulu, seeing as though it can take any one hit. I think does Hornleech knock out the Medicham? I highly doubt it. This is actually a tough play, because I need to get it right. I'll go Bulu here on... I don't know, if they go Mimikyu and I go Tapu Lele, that's bad, but Mimikyu, like, Tapu Lele does so well against everything else. Yeah, really tough scenario right here. I gotta get this right. Let's go Bulu here, maybe anticipating Mimikyu. I can't go Kyurem. Kyurem's not gonna do well against either of them, especially if that's Jolly Mimikyu. There's literally no point in going Kyurem-Black. I'll just keep Kyurem for the Lando. They do go Mimikyu, okay, so I'm glad I went Bulu and not my Lele. I can just go right here for the Hornleech, as they may SD up and try to, like, Z-move me or whatnot, but they actually do just pivot into their Landorus T right here, which makes a lot of sense for sure. Not quite sure what this thing... It is leftovers, okay, so I can actually just SD up here, because they've revealed leftovers, meaning they're not flying EMZ. The one move that could mess me up right here would be like Sludge Bomb or Sludge Wave, but they just go for U-turn, and I'm going to get my SD up, so that's great for me. I'm able to take this hit. I always protect right here just to make sure that I can take them on. I will live one Ice Punch with Tapu Bulu right here, which is great for me. I don't know if they would pivot back to Lando right here, which makes me want a Hornleech, but I really cannot afford to take this fake out. Yeah, so I protect right here, and this is great for me, because I do take an Ice Punch, I believe. I don't think there's a way they knock me out, and I just go for Hornleech here, and I should be able to get rid of them. Now, this does put me in a tougher spot against Mimikyu. They're going for a flinch. Don't flinch me. Nice. That crit did not matter. It's +1 under terrain. I think we're good to go. I don't think there's a way they can beat my Tapu Bulu from this positioning. Even Mimikyu comes in, and then I break the disguise. A few hits, and it's in range of my Tapu Lele. I can just go right for a Hornleech again, as they do up to SD up. I'm not going to bother going for the Protect on maybe the Z move, because I'm trying to get it in range of Lele anyway, right? As they do just go for the Z move, so that's fine. Actually, wait a minute. Do I have to bank on them being adamant right here? I might have to. Yeah, I think I have to bank on them being adamant. Let's go right here into Lele, click Psychic, and then if they're Jolly, which I feel like they would be adamant on a team with webs, right? I have to Psychic here. It nearly kills it, but it's not enough. Are you Jolly or adamant is the question. I feel like you would be adamant. They go for Shadow Sneak under terrain. That doesn't work. I feel like they definitely just lost the game because they were Jolly. I mean adamant, sorry. So I'm able to go right here for the Icium Z and knock that out. I would be really surprised if you ran Adamant Mimikyu. Sorry, Jolly Mimikyu. I keep on mixing up the natures on a web squad right here. So that works out, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game right here. This one looks pretty good for my Mega Blastoise. Can definitely do a lot of breaking right here. I gotta be careful about Tangrowth though, but I can pressure that with Kyurem and Torn, which is always good for me. Kyurem on its own looks great right here. I think my endgame might be with Tapu Lele. Heatran is mainly here just for Magearna. I gotta really keep that in mind. And I can just use Bulu as like my pivot into the Hoopa because it's really not doing much else here. As a lead, I really like the... Like, I'm really anticipating Mamoswine lead, so maybe just Kyurem-Black lead here can work. As this is even better for me, which is funny. I can go for Fusion Bolt right away. I think it's actually worth doing that into maybe Volcanion or Magearna. Those would be your two pivots. I'm really confused about Mamoswine being your pivot, but maybe I misplayed right there. Maybe I should have just gone for the turn 1 Ice Beam. I'm going to stay in here, though, because I want to weaken this. That is able to 2-hit KO pretty easily right there. I can just click that again as they pivot to Magearna. This is all fine with me. 7%. Is that AV or not? I feel like that is. Kyurem-Black with a Z moves Ice Beam. So that is AV Magearna. They should go for Volt Switch here. That's always their play, but I'm not going to stay in ever. Let's go Heatran on the Volt. Yeah, like that was such an easy Fusion Bolt, but I would be misplaying by staying in as well. Volcanion gets to come in here. Now that I know it's actually AV Magearna, I really don't mind keeping in my Heatran right here to just get rocks up. As they just Steam Eruption and knock me out. That's fine with me. I just wanted my rocks up right there, which is actually going to really help me out in the long run. As a next bring in, I mean Kyurem-Black can just come back out. I feel like there's no reason to let that take the rock switch in and maybe even get burnt. Let's go Kyurem, actually. They're probably going to sack off their Mamoswine here. I could see that play coming out. But they actually go Magearna and get crit, which really sucks. I might have 2-hit KO'd it anyway, I'm not actually sure on the calc, but I just Fusion Bolt again here. Because I would have done like, what, around 40, 39, something like that. No, I needed the crit actually, I think, but I'm able to get rid of them. I gotta be careful about Scarf Landers, though. I guess Bulu can maybe take on Scarf Lando. And at this point, maybe Bulu can just solo. Yeah, Landers comes out, likely going for Scarf Stone Edge right here. I'll go into Tapu Bulu here. Just an Earthquake, that wouldn't have killed Kyurem. I'm a little bit surprised about that play. But, I mean, I can pivot to Torn here on the Tang, because it's a pretty obvious bring-in, and now I just get to click Hurricane for free. They don't have a good pivot into Hurricane, as they just stay in and die. That was Fizz-Def Tang too. There's no way AV Tang dies to that. And it makes sense that they were Fizz-Def Tang considering they were AV Magearna. This comes in. Once again, I always pivot to Bulu on this because there's really no other use for Bulu right here. I guess at this point it kind of does just click Horn Leech and smacks their team, so maybe I shouldn't do this. Blastoise is also a safe pivot because the train is up as they explode. So Blastoise is not getting to see the light of day, unfortunately, but it's not the end of the world. At this point in the game, Lele looks kind of nice too. Let's go Kyurem-Black here on the Mamo. Like, this is fine too, I just click Ice Beam. Volcanion coming in should not be an issue because of the Fusion Bolt, obviously. And they already reeled an item, right? That was leftovers, I believe, earlier. Maybe it is Scarf. That could be tough. If it comes in and it's Scarf. But if it comes in, I feel like because of the train... Actually, am I going to get train recovery? That goes down this turn. Their play here is Ice Shard. That's what they have to do. Yeah, the Ice Shard, that's Band-Aid. No, that's Life Orb. Okay. I was going to say, why did that do so much? I mean, if they don't have a Scarfer here, they've already lost. Volcanion does come in. I just Fusion Bolt it. If they're Scarf, I get to find out here. They're not Scarf, this kills, and then Hoopa will be going down to my entire team. I just click Sub-Zero Slammer here, and that will be the game. So we're able to go ahead and clean that one up. Really big Magearna crit, but I don't agree with going Magearna in the first place. So that was your pivot into Lele, as well as maybe even Bulu, but I'll take the win, and I'll be right back. Alright, so the wins are cool and all, but Mega Blastoise has not been doing the finest so far, mainly due to me just kind of throwing it out. The first game, I really think that I might have been able to do something had the Fusion Bolt roll gone in my way, but there was like a 20% chance for me to live. I can't really ask for that. The second game, I didn't really anticipate Explosion from Lando that turn. Let's try to get it to do something right here. If I can weaken Feeny, then it can actually go in. Let's lead off here with... wow, Layla looks like a great endgame. I'm actually hoping they're offensive Magearna, because Heatran can take care of that, and then Tapu Lele can just kind of smack their team after. Tough lead scenario, though, because I'm expecting Zam lead to pressure Kyurem. I really don't know how I'm going to approach that. Let's lead off here with Blastoise on Alolan Marowak. Hello, Alolan Marowak. So is this the rocker? This could be the rocker. This could actually be Trick Room. I don't even know, because they have this, and then they have Alolan Marowak, but... I will just go for Hydro Pump here. I need this Blastoise to hit an attack. That would be cool. First attack of Mega Blastoise, I believe. They do make the safe Feeny pivot right here, but damage on this is amazing, so let's see. I'm able to get a nice 27 off. That's actually more than I expected. And as a pivot right here, I can use maybe Torn. Torn doesn't look that great. It is my ground immunity, though. So maybe I should be more careful with it. It's not going to die to anything, though, so let's go out into Torn here on the Moonblast. Doesn't do too much at all. As maybe what I can do now is just go for the knockoff. Find out what this Magearna is. If it's AV, I definitely want to knock that off for Lele, so let's see right here. That Zam is the big problem, though. I don't have good speed control for that, because Tapu Lele, even with the Choice Scarf, does not knock... Well, the Choice Scarf wouldn't change my damage output, but it doesn't knock that out with Moonblast, so I gotta be really careful about the Zam. They do go Magearna. Are you Z or not? They were AV, okay, so getting rid of that is really nice for me. This is the most obvious Volt switch ever, so it's really just about what I want to have in. I don't want to have Torn take this by any means. I don't mind having Heatran come in, but that gives them Gren, which, I mean, I don't really know what Gren it would be. I could also use, I mean, I kind of have to go Heatran in case they Flare Cannon. Yeah, it was a very obvious Volt switch click right there, but this is not the biggest deal. They can get in Landorus T, and I think I might just use Bulu as my pivot. They go Landorus T. The tough thing about this is if I misplay my Bulu right here by sending it in, I could put myself in a really bad spot against Gren, but Mega Blastoise and Kyurem-Black can live one hit from Greninja anyway, so I'm gonna go Bulu here, expecting not the Flynium Z. They go for the Earthquake, and they do not reveal an item. Well, I guess I wouldn't really know. Let's go for Protect here, as they do go for the Z move that turn, so I'm able to get that maneuver right, and at this point, they might just explode here. I'm gonna once again go Heatran, expecting the explosion. Okay, well, now we're in a bad spot. So the reason I was expecting Explosion was because they obviously want my Bulu gone, right? But now I actually have to hit a Hurricane here, which is really bad. No, I'm not going to risk that. I'm just going to go for knockoff, break its Sash, and... Well, it wasn't Sash, right? So maybe I should have just Hurricaned, but I get in Kyurem now, and I mean, losing that really sucks, but this is the mon it was there for. Yeah, and at this point, I just click Sub-Zero Slammer. Man, that really sucks. They go Marowak here. Marowak will not be able to take this into Earth Power. Never mind, I lied, and they got up their rocks, huh? That really sucks. Let's go for Fusion Bolt here. And maybe they'll misplay and go Feeny. That would be great for me. They just stay in. Okay, I'm able to get rid of them. So Kyurem kind of actually has fun right here, now that I look at the matchup, but... Wow, that Landorus is going to go on a tear. I guess actually no, Bulu responds to Lando on its own now, because of the fact that they burnt that Z move that turn. But I'm in a really bad spot against the Grand too. They once again go out into this. I will always go Heatran on a Flash Cannon. No, I'm not staying in. And this gives me my rocks. Magma Storm is obviously, I mean, arguably the better player right there, but rocks are great to chip down stuff like Gran into range of Blastoise. I don't know why I'm saying that. Aurisphere definitely Oko is a Gran. Let's go here into Bulu on the SD. I'm just going to Horn Leech, man. I really don't know what this thing wants to do. I don't know if that killed, but yeah, we're here now. Yeah, it definitely killed me, so I got lucky right there, but... Like, I had to use this as my response. Maybe I should have protected, but if they SD again, I'm just even in a work spot. You do not kill me, ever. I'm going to protect here, though, because I'm not anticipating a Calm Mind, and I really need this recovery to be able to take this hit. Yeah, I just Horn Leech now. That's not going to kill. Yeah, hello. I can just click this again, too. You have to pivot to Magearna again. So I was able to put myself in the advantageous position right here, arguably through hacks, but I think maybe Kyurem-Black plus Scarf Lele kind of just won at this point on its own. They do go here into Magearna. I really don't need my Heatran anymore, and Bulu is still really valuable, so... Yeah, Greninja comes in. Okay, well they crit me back, which, I mean, it's going to give them the Battle Bond. Makes this a little bit tough, but I can go Kyurem-Black here. I have a very easy Fusion Bolt, but they're going to go Magearna, right? I click Fusion Bolt here. Every time. And I just gotta make sure I don't choke this, which, how do I not choke it? The way I don't choke it is by attacking the Magearna again when it comes in, not giving them the Volt Switch into Gran, because that'll make sure that Lele can Moonblast it to death. So let's just Fusion Bolt again here. If they Volt Switch, I'm in a great spot. If they go for that, I'm in a great spot. Let's go out into this here. Hit them up with the Aurisphere. If they give me that damage on Feeny, I guaranteed win with Scarf Lele's Moonblast. So they have to give me this. And I think they have to give me the damage on Feeny anyway, right? Yeah, I just need to hit a few attacks here and I should be fine. Yeah, there's one. There's two. And at this point I can just Dark Pulse here. Mega Launcher will be able to boost it to a point where Moonblast will be able to knock them out. And we will be fine here. I do get a flinch, wasn't asking for the flinch, but at that point the game was over. I don't know how it would have panned out if I was not to dodge the Stone Edge. They probably would have won with Zam. I'm gonna completely acknowledge that, but I Moonblast here. Greninja, even if it's Scarf, it doesn't knock this out. And yeah, that's going to be the game right there. So I definitely got a little bit lucky right there for sure. I'm really surprised Alolan Marowak did not die to Earth Power, by the way. It wasn't AV, it was definitely Thick Club, and I guess it was just a really bulky spread, but I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got another game right here. This guy has an Aselgor and a Victini, which makes me immediately think that they might have Final Gambit on both of them. Could very well see that being a possibility right here. I'm going to lead off here with my Mega Blastoise, given that they have no Water Resist, and I was hoping not to see this, but I can pivot to Heatran here and maybe try to get my rocks up before the DNC Mega evolves. That's not a bad idea. They should Volt Switch if they're AV, as they actually got up a screen here, which is interesting. I think I taunt the other screen away. Actually, no, I should get my rocks up right now. Yeah, this is clearly like some sort of HO. I really don't know what to expect right now, but I'm able to get my rocks up on the Volt Switch. Yeah, I'm glad I went for that instead of the taunt. They're gonna get up their rocks here, so I'll go Kyurem on that. And I'm able to get in. Okay, so now I just get to click my Z Freeze Shock here. They may just stay in, which makes me... I'm actually really tempted to just not click that. But they do go back to Magearna here. So maybe this Fusion Bolt can kill this, depending on how offensive they are. Not with leftovers, unfortunately. Do I really think they have Flare Cannon on this set? Let's find out. Like, damage on this is great for Lele. They go for the Reflect on the turn light screen ends, but they can't get the other one back up, which is great. So are they really double Final Gambit? Like, what's up here? I'm genuinely curious what this team's all about. I kind of hope I lose to it. That would be very cool to see how their team pans out right here. What exactly this is all about. So are they going for spikes or are they going for Final Gambit is the question. Does this even reach 391? They go for spikes. Do I kill? I don't know. This is clearly Final Gambit then. So they're probably going to Final Gambit out here. Or I guess they could spike up again if they really want to. Yeah, there's the Final Gambit. Very predictable. Now, I mean, I'm up 6-4, but I really don't know if I'm in a good spot or not because they have hazards up, they have a screen up. I guess this is Z Celebrate Sweeper. That's all I could think of right here. Yep, there's that. Blastoise doesn't die to anything, so I just need to hit one hit with it. In fact, I might not even need to hit one hit. I just click Dark Pulse, maybe. Let me just make sure Blastoise can live a stored power. Blastoise, because I'm offensive Blastoise. I don't have much bulk in this, so let's see right here. Z Celebrate +1, that +1 in this, +1 everything. Yo, you're getting kind of strong there. It's a roll in their favor. What's my investment again? 16 HP. Yeah, I might just lose this game to this. Stored power 71 to 84, so Dark Pulse would kill them at +1. Do I just go for that, or do I just go Heatran? Like, either I have two shots right here. It's either I hope they miss Focus Blast, which I don't even know if they have it, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this first, given that it's literally useless against the other three. They do hit a Focus Blast, meaning, yeah, it's gonna come down to this roll. They hit a Focus Blast, maybe I can get this in my favor. That would be cool. Would suck to lose this right now, as they do get the roll right there, and I am just going to straight up lose to this team. So, unfortunately, I will get out of the game right there. Was not able to work out for me. I recognize that this was some sort of HO right there. Had I dodged that, or had I got the roll, I would have been fine, but hey, it is what it is. I'll be right back with another game. Alright, I got the next game right here. Super unfortunate last one, but this one looks very weak to Scarf Lele endgame. I'm so weak to Kingdra, though. That's kind of ridiculous. I like my... They lead really well against Kyurem. The problem is, like, I can lead Kyurem against Pelipper, but they could pivot... Like, they could lead Lopunny. I can always pivot to Torn, though, so let's lead Kyurem. On Victini lead, okay. Final Gambit on this, I guess? I don't know. Let's go Heatran here. They could go for U-turn. I don't want this thing getting V-created, though. If I take a banded V-create, that would suck. And I'm pretty sure Jolly Band V-create does OHKO Kyurem-Black, so... Let's just go Heatran right here. It's not really stopping anything anyway. It is Final Gambit. Okay, so we run into Final Gambit again. Huh. Well, that's a Psychic Resist gone, so I'll definitely appreciate that. I like the idea of going out into Torn for the 100% accurate hurt. They could go Coco, though. Let's think this through, because Bulu looks great already. Like, Tapu Bulu with Victini gone just kind of eats their team. Okay, let's go Kyurem here on the Mew. Do I think they're max speed Will-O-Wisp or not? Let's find out. I don't think you're max speed Wisp. Like, I could pivot to Torn here. Let's just pivot to Torn, man. Maybe on a Wisp. No, this is their Rocker. This has to be their Rocker. They're going for Rocks here. They actually Super Fang. So they were max speed. I just realized they didn't have another Rocker, which means it was on that. Super Fang's interesting. I will give them that. I don't know what that was for, but now both their Psychic Resist are gone. So yeah, here we are. What's not useful anymore? Blastoise still looks kind of nice, taking hits from this, and this. Yeah, I guess Torn is expendable now. I'll just bring it in here on a return. Does quite a bit, but at this point, I think I just kind of like clean with my Lele. Let's go for a Hurricane here on the off chance they do anything but that. Get in Lele here, just kind of start clicking Psychic through their team. The one set that could mess me up would be like Z Bravebird, Coco. That would be able to get rid of my Bulu. I feel like they might just stay in here, but they should pivot to Pelipper always. Unless Pelipper gets O-Code, which actually, even if Pelipper gets O-Code, would they really ever get the rain up again after the first time? I don't see it happening. So maybe just staying in here is, I mean, maybe just going Pelipper here is okay. My least valuable Pokemon at this point is Kyurem. Kyurem is just gonna die to everything. I have Bulu slash Blastoise for the Kingdra. Now I think Bulu and Lele are a lot better than the Blastoise, because Blastoise I don't think O-Codes it. They do go Pelipper, which I do agree with right here. Let's find out what this is. Okay, it was some sort of offensive set. I do outspeed Scarf. They might find out I'm Scarf right here, depending on their play. That might have been Scarf Pelipper, so they probably know I'm Scarf at this point. Kingdra should come out here, in which case I sack off my Kyurem here. Yeah, let's sack this off to get in my Bulu. Just go for Hydro Pump. Straight up kills, meaning they're 100% specs. There's no other way. I get to go out into Bulu now and just start clicking Horn Leech here. This is in range, and I don't think anything else can touch me. They have to switch out and try to go for Ice Beam Freezes, which wouldn't be really that much of a play at all. They do reverse my terrain. Let's find out. Are you Z Brave Bird or not? HP Poison, maybe? I don't know what that is, but let's go for Horn Leech again. It should be HP Ice, because their team is actually pretty Orlando weak. Especially given that it's offensive Pelipper, that should be HP Ice. Oh, are you actually Z Brave Bird? No, you're Guardian of Alola. Okay, that's fine. I still don't think I'd lose to Kingdra ever. I get in here. I click Protect this turn. Stall out that turn of terrain on the HB something. Okay. Click Horn Leech here on that. And at this point, the rain is gone, meaning I think I just win with Lele. The one thing that could mess me up is if they're actually Rain Dance on Kingdra, which I don't know if people are on that. But I don't think I can lose. I click Superpower here, get knocked out, go out into this, and just click Moonblast twice. There's no way their Kingdra can OHKO my Blastoise. Maybe if they Ice Beam freeze that, but then they can't OHKO my Lele, so... Yeah, I don't think I can lose anymore. I just Moonblast a couple times here, and that'll be that. This guy can't click Priority under this terrain, so that's great. That crit, obviously. It did not matter. The Kingdra has to come out here, and there's no way Kingdra beats the remainder of my squad, so they're going to go ahead and get out of the game. Very nice one right there. Definitely very cool to see Final Gambit again. Thankfully it worked out for me that time, and I'll be right back with another game. Alright, next up here we have more of a conventional Rain team, I guess you could say. This definitely looks a lot more standard than the last Rain team I just faced right there, but... I mean, yeah, Mega Lopunny Coco Rain, not sure how much I agree with that one. In this game right here, I mean, Kyurem-Black, wow. Kyurem-Black, Mega Blastoise, they're all great. I'll lead Kyurem here, actually, on Torn. So this, I don't think this ran Fightinium Z. Yeah, it doesn't run Fightinium. I'm going to go right here for Sub-Zero Slammer. The Z is on Grand or Magearna, for my memory. I'm pretty sure I've seen this team before. Magearna does come out. This is really good for my Tapu Lele. I get over half on that. Wait a minute, if that did over half... You know what? I'm going to Fusion Bolt here. They double into Ferrothorn. I'm pretty sure that would have killed it. If I didn't kill, I just made a terrible play right there and it worked out for me, but I'm pretty confident that kills. Let's go ahead and Heatran here on the lead sheet. And just get up rocks now as they go Pelipper. That's fine. I don't need this because the Magearna is weakened, so I just taunt here. Make sure they can't defog as they opt to just go for Scald, which makes a lot of sense. I can just go right here. Have I had Lava Plume this entire time? I guess I just never changed it, but... Yeah, let's just stay in here. I don't need this Pokemon. This scenario allows me to get in my Mega Blastoise here, and Mega Blastoise just kind of smacks their team. Let's go for Hydro Pump here. I'm assuming they'll give me the Magearna. Ferrothorn comes out, that's not good for me. I needed that damage to put it in range of Aura Sphere, and that would have just made it so Kyurem soloed their team, but now I have to wear it down with this, which is terrible, because they're going to get an attack off. I don't know if I actually would have done 37, but yeah, that really sucks. As they go Pelipper again. Yeah, I don't like this scenario we're in anymore. I can Hydro Pump here again. They give me Pelipper, so they just choke the entire game away, but yeah, that was a really whack Ferrothorn maneuver. Yeah, I kind of just win with the Lele now. Here, I don't need this anymore. I will gladly give them it right there. Just get in Bulu. Hit him up with a Horn Leech. They may just stay in here and go for Ice Punch. I could see it. They actually just get up rocks. I don't know what endgame they're going for, is the question. I have the hunch this dies to Superpower. Offensive Magearna, because that had to be offensive to take 54 from Kyurem's Freeze Shock, right? Let's just double check that first. Oh no, it is AV. Okay, yeah, let's just double check that too. Yeah, it's AV. Bulu. No, actually don't kill it, so let's be smart here. I could get the damage on it for Superpower. At this point though, Torn just comes in. I feel like I don't need Torn. Maybe I should have just attacked right there, but I feel like, once again, Kyurem should be able to knock this out from that percent. This kills, right? I mean, based on the 42? I mean, it's my play here. They go out into this, takes very negligible damage. I might just be messing up this endgame completely. Man, this really sucks, but I feel like maybe Lele can solo. Let's go for Ice Beam here. Bring it down really low. Get in on the spike, okay. Superpower here to kill it. Maybe I'm okay anyway, especially because they're doing this. What did they click that turn? Corkscrew Crash. So it was actually offensive mid-gear now, meaning I just completely messed this up. Shift gears there. Yeah, I think I just lose to this then. Unless Spit Off Bulu doesn't die, ever. Yeah, I just realized I'm at full health right now. I think I somehow clutched this game out, but this was just a very whack game. Unless this is Scarf Protean, in which case... No, it's Scarf Battle Bond, okay. It's gonna come down to this Torn, I guess. Yeah, we win. So I don't know what that game was. Like I played pretty terribly, I will acknowledge that, but I also don't agree with them second Pelipper. Had I hit that initial Hydro Pump, that Ferrothorn would have been a lot weaker throughout the course of the game. But yeah, honestly, just a pretty sloppy game on both of our ends, but it was able to work out for me. And I did hope you all enjoyed. I believe that was a 5-1 session. Had a lot of fun. This team can be found in the description in case you guys do want to try it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.